There's a quiet truth about children who grow up ignored. They learn to disappear long before anyone notices they're gone. And as adults, that disappearance doesn't stop. It just becomes quieter, more polite, more acceptable. They walk into rooms and instinctively shrink. They speak softly, edit themselves mid-sentence, and apologize for existing. It's not shyness, it's conditioning. A lifetime of learning that being unseen is safer than being dismissed. Psychologists call this an internalized neglect schema. It means the brain has learned to expect silence, to anticipate rejection before it happens. To that person, invisibility feels like home. Imagine a child tugging gently at a parent's sleeve in a crowded room. They wait for a glance, a word, any sign they matter. But the parent is distracted. The glance never comes. It doesn't look like cruelty. There's no shouting, no violence, no dramatic scene. Just absence. The kind that echoes louder than sound. And in that silence, the child's mind begins to rewrite its own worth. Maybe I ask for too much. Maybe my feelings don't matter. Maybe I should stop trying. Neglect doesn't always leave bruises. Sometimes it leaves beliefs. Beliefs that become walls, invisible but strong enough to shape an entire life. As these children grow, the pattern follows them. They celebrate quietly, hide their excitement, and downplay their pain. When someone praises them, they flinch inside, waiting for it to fade. From a psychological view, acknowledgement isn't luxury, it's survival. A child needs to be seen, heard, and mirrored to develop a stable sense of self. When that mirror is missing, they learn to define themselves through absence. The nervous system adapts by lowering expectations. Hope becomes dangerous. Silence becomes safety. So in adulthood, the ignored child becomes one of two things. Either the quiet observer who never asks for anything, or the overachiever who chases acknowledgement like oxygen. Both paths lead to exhaustion. The observer hides to stay safe. The achiever performs to stay visible. But neither truly feels seen. If you've ever met someone who struggles to accept compliments, who downplays success, or apologizes for existing, you've met the ignored child, grown up. Because they learned early that connection was conditional, that love was uncertain, that their needs came second, always. Some became peacemakers, avoiding conflict at all costs. Some became caregivers, absorbing everyone else's pain. Some stopped trying entirely, mistaking numbness for peace. But here's what the research and experience both agree on. Acknowledgement heals. Being seen changes the brain. Every time someone listens with empathy, the body releases oxytocin instead of cortisol. The nervous system registers safety. New neural pathways form where fear once lived. That means healing doesn't start with grand therapy breakthroughs. It starts with the smallest moments of recognition. Pausing to say, I exist. What I feel matters. It's in celebrating your own quiet victories, acknowledging emotions without shame, and daring to believe that visibility is not danger, it's connection. This is what psychologists call reparenting the self. It's when the adult becomes the parent the child never had. One who listens, one who notices, one who stays. And it's not easy, because ignored children often fear rejection more than pain itself. To speak, to set a boundary, to say, I need you, feels like walking through fire. But that's what healing is. Doing the thing your past told you was impossible. Letting yourself be visible again. Sometimes healing looks like finally telling a friend, "I feel hurt." Sometimes it's sharing something proud without downplaying it. Sometimes it's just whispering to yourself, "I'm worth noticing." And when that happens, something quiet but powerful begins to shift. The adult stops repeating the silence of their parents. They begin to listen, first to themselves, then to others. That's how cycles break. When the ignored child learns to see themselves, they become the kind of person who makes others feel seen too. They become the friend who listens deeply, the parent who notices the smallest change in their child's eyes, the partner who values the quiet moments, because they know, more than anyone, what absence feels like. And they refuse to pass that absence on. Healing doesn't erase the past. It reframes it. It transforms silence into empathy, neglect into understanding. And maybe that's the most powerful kind of transformation there is, because the ignored child who learns to see themselves becomes a light for everyone still trapped in the dark. If you were that child, if you waited to be noticed and no one ever looked, hear this now. You were never invisible. You were simply unseen by people who hadn't yet learned how to see. But now you can. You can see yourself, and that's where the healing begins. The psychology of the ignored child isn't a story of weakness. It's a story of survival and the quiet strength it takes to come back from silence. Because once you learn to notice yourself, you stop waiting for the world to. And that's when you finally become free.